Hotel employees, what's the one thing you wish guests knew happened behind the scenes? I wish people understood how detailed the pay-per-view TV systems are. Oh? You want to dispute that $15 charge because you didn't even watch it? Let me see. Oh yes. You ordered Debbie Does Dallas and watched for 35 minutes the first time. And then 17 minutes the second time. We know you're cheating on your wife. I mean, don't get me wrong, we don't care. But don't bother making up a backstory when you're paying in cash 1 to 2 times a week in the town you live in. I've been to motels that specifically state you cannot rent a room if you live in the city. Why do they do this? I once read a review that accused the hotel of using this policy to decline a room to a gay couple. That Expedia takes a 25% cut. We'd much rather have you go with Booking.com, 15%, or even better, contact us directly. I've seen a lot of contact us directly advice in this thread, but it seems like every time I try to call a hotel directly about a reservation, I end up being connected to the national reservation hotline for that hotel chain as opposed to the specific hotel I was trying to call. What am I doing wrong? I worked overnight in a smallish hotel, 430 rooms, which meant that between about 11:10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I was alone at the desk. I wished more people were considerate to the fact, when I tell you I can't run up to bring you whatever you've called down for because I'm the only person on duty and can't leave the desk and you'll need to come down and get it, I'm not being lazy. I've got a lot of arrivals, most will come in between 11 p.m, or someone is at the desk checking in / asking a question / buying something from the gift shop, or something ridiculous is going on that I'm taking care of. This doesn't mean I'll always say no, but when I do I am actually busy. Username does not check out. If you have a do not disturb sign on your door, we technically are not allowed to even knock on your door even if you just called down and asked us to bring you something. Marriott full service property. This is exactly how it should be. I always make sure the D&D is off when I order room service. But I get so angry when I put the D&D sign up and then they call to confirm I don't want housekeeping. If I'm jet lagged it means I'm trying to sleep, so don't call and wake me. Slip a note under the door like all the other hotels. Only happened a few times, but it still makes me mad at the logic. I do not have secret rooms in the back that I keep just for high-tier guests. If I'm sold out, I'm sold out. Wait, you can't just go to the magic box in the back and get one? My hotel dreams are ruined forever. That we need a credit card for incidentals before we give you keys to a room. If we cannot guarantee payment you will not get keys. Safety is a big concern. Walking up to me and giving your name and asking for a key to a room that is under your wife's name isn't going to fly. I've never met you, I don't know who your wife is, no key for you. Don't get angry at me. Next time put both your names on the reservation. Getting a late checkout is a privilege. Housekeeping works so hard so we have to make sure they leave at the time they're supposed to. I can allow some rooms late checkouts but after a certain number I have to cut it off out of respect for my co-workers. First come first serve. If you have to have an early check-in because we're going to a wedding and we need to change and do our makeup and take pictures etc, that's nice and I'm happy to do what I can. Less happy if you're demanding and rude about it. But it all depends on what our occupancy was the night before and if housekeeping has cleaned a room for you. If no one has left and you're trying to check in at 9 a.m. when checkout for last night's guests is 11 a.m. and your guaranteed check-in time is 3 p.m., there is literally nothing I can do to help you except to direct you to the lobby restrooms to change. If you need it that early then book the room for the night before as well. And if a room's ready of course I'll check you in. I like weddings and I want you to have fun. I get kickbacks from the restaurant I recommended you go to. Yes, the food is good so it's an honest recommendation but yeah, there's a reason I always say them. That's all I can think of now, maybe more later. Housekeeping works their ass off. We had a high turnover one Saturday and they asked people to come in to help strip rooms, take all the sheets off and put them in bags with the towels to be cleaned, to make it quicker for them to get the cleaning done. I work in conference sales and services but went in on my day off to help. My resort is big on we're all one team. Oh my god. I wanted to cry within an hour. I was sweaty, tired, and even with gloves I felt gross. My whole body was sore. We literally were doing such a small part of what housekeeping does every single day. Even as a hotel employee for many years now I truly had no idea. Tip your housekeepers, please, they work so hard. Some other things. If you're a jerk it will be added to comments on your reservation and every time someone, front desk, concierge, etc., pulls you up, they will get a nice little warning about how you treated someone else. Anyone who has access to the rooms program, whether it's Opera or God Help You V1, can see your entire history with that resort/hotel. We get people who try to lie about their past rates all the time. And reservations tracks every time you call with notes, so when you call back to try and scam or lie to the next agent, they know. At my previous resort, I know a few people would also Google map the homes of guests who were very wealthy just to owe and ah, or if they were a jerk to find something to mock about it. Lots of Googling and looking up LinkedIn profiles of guests. We don't care what you're doing unless it's illegal or annoying. I run the bell desk at a hotel on the Strip. No one ever goes through your belongings. Ever. Guests blame the bell person because they take their items into the back room. People usually misplace their items and blame my team member who helped them, but after looking at surveillance video and seeing nothing out of the ordinary, that usually prompts people to take a closer look, and they usually find what they had misplaced. Same for mechanics. No, we didn't steal your 60 cents, we don't give a duck about your hula doll, dash cam, boost gauge, air freshener, any of it. A lot of rules aren't set in stone in the right situation. Last week a snowstorm caused a bunch of accidents that actually made it impossible to get to our hotel because of road closures. People who called and asked were given refunds because of the circumstances, but people who didn't call weren't. We keep extensive notes on you. Occupation, kids, anything we can use to tailor our interactions specifically to you. We also keep extensive notes on every dickish thing you've ever done. Scream at me or my coworker? I'm writing a long-ass note in your profile while you're still yelling at me. Then when you try to spin it in your post-stay survey, I can point my manager to the detailed and objective note I wrote about why you're an asshole. We also put in the nice comments. I can only grant so many late checkouts without screwing over the entire housekeeping department. Ask at check-in, not 5 minutes before checkout. And don't be aghast when I tell you no. Dirk King ask for things. Is the bed too soft? We have bed boards. Is the toilet too high? We have cushions. Need more little shampoos? We have literally thousands of them. But we don't know you need these things unless you ask us/rant. Hotels overbook as a policy. I guess there is a known statistic that X% of guests will not show up, and it is true 99.9% of the time. So show up to your hotel ASAP to ensure that you get your room. Also, the hotel is full of people who expect to be treated like they are the only person in the universe. If someone is taking a long time to get something done, it probably means someone stopped them. There is no reason a hotel employee is going to piss off a guest on purpose because they don't know how many days they are going to have to deal with you. If a guest service rep answers the phone while checking you in, it's not rude, it's because she or he will likely be disciplined for letting the phone ring more than 3 times. No, we do not store personal info inside your keys. Idiots. Seriously. I can't believe people still think this Facebook-style rumor is true. We wash the duvets every month and only wash curtains every quarter. That if someone urinates on the bed, we'll clean it and then lay it out in the sun to wear out/kill bacteria. In some states we're required to enter your room once a week, and if you don't want housekeeping to assume your change as a tip, please don't leave it on the nightstand. Just because you're the Ultra Platinum member and request an upgrade doesn't mean you'll get it. We're not kicking someone out of a room they booked, and we can't guarantee it until day of check-in. Also, we only upgrade to the next level, so if you book a queen we'll upgrade to a king. A king you get a suite, but there are some room types we don't upgrade to. Expedia and similar sites are rip-offs. They charge you the same rate and they pay $20 less, but you can't cancel/get a refund, and if something goes wrong we can't discount your room, so there's no way to make it right. If your card declines or we need you to come to the front desk for any reason, we will lock you out, but play dumb when you come to the front desk to get new keys. Also, late checkout is based on availability and only until check-in time, 3 p.m. at most places. If housekeeping will still be here we can do it, but if housekeeping will be leaving at 1 and you want to check out at 2, we're not going to pay people to sit around for an hour waiting on you to leave. Also, if you come in a group, like a team, it's so much easier if you hand us a copy of the rooming list instead of us asking individual people who is staying in what room. I worked for 7 years as a front desk manager and a summer in housekeeping, so if I think of anything else I loved it. Employees can see where you work. If you do something terrible, they could contact your employer. Especially if you're using your employer's name for a special rate. If your hotel stay has nothing to do with your job, how the hell can you see where they work? Most hotel stays in certain chains are work-related. You'd be surprised how much of the majority of stays are business travelers. The quilt on the bed is not regularly cleaned. The bed sheets, more likely. Not so much a quilt, it's a bed scarf. It's not to be cuddled. Think about it, it's to protect the bed sheets when you put your luggage on the bed so you don't get your gross dirty luggage smeared over the sheets. Take it and throw it on the ground and never touch it again. Use the luggage rack to prop your luggage up. But what if it's cold? You don't have anything to cover you while asleep? That, despite night audit, third shift, being pretty slow, I do have actual work I need to be doing and I'm not just sitting on my ass the whole time in between noise complaints and getting people towels or plunging their toilets when the houseman is busy. Please keep in mind that most hotels are pretty understaffed and that at 3 a.m., I'm gonna be the only one here, so if you have any issues, they're gonna be resolved once the GM/housekeeping/maintenance arrives much later if I can't fix them. Night auditor here, I have to set up and prepare the entire breakfast bar. Along with all these other comments I want to add. As a night auditor at a hotel smaller than 100 rooms, I'm the only person on the premises. My hotel isn't a full-service hotel and unfortunately, I'm required to stay at the front desk during my first few hours in case there are any straggler check-ins or someone locks themselves out. If you need extra towels, blankets or pillows, I'm more than happy to give them to you. However, I'll need you to come to the front desk. I know it sucks, but we're in a high-traffic area, and I hate having an angry arrival who assumes I'm just sitting in the back. Plus, the owners see and hear everything, even from home. Also, please be advised that when you're placed on hold for a long time between the hours of 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. it's because people are checking in and I'm the only person at the front desk. I have to take care of the guests in front of me before I can take calls, so hanging up and calling back to bitch about being on hold for too long is not going to make me do my job any faster. In fact, I'll end up messing up more often if I'm too overwhelmed with 2 guests coming in and 3 phone calls on hold. One more thing. The breakfast hostess also works by herself, even when we're sold out. If you don't like something or can't eat something, don't be rude about it. We don't know what your dietary restrictions are, and we try to serve a little of everything. TLDR, try to be understanding of the human that works in hospitality. We really want to make you feel welcomed, but we can't do everything. Smile. There is no standard way that all hotels do things. Just because another hotel does it that way, doesn't mean we do. And if the staff are grumpy, it's usually because of the way management treat them. Hotels have a tendency to overwork and underpay their staff. And it's hard to appear happy you're made to feel like a worthless piece of shit. Same goes for housekeeping. I see a lot of reviews that are like the cleaners need to be taught how to clean properly. Trust me, they know how to clean, they just don't have enough time to. They have a lot of rooms to get done and not enough time to do it. And if they can't keep up, they won't last long. Professional cleaning is very different from home cleaning. If you're an asshole to a hotel employee, there's a good chance they're going to go into the back office and talk shit about how rude you were, etc., and the rest of the staff will groan when they see your name pop up on our caller ID for the rest of your stay. I manage a small division of the front office at a large property and I promise that the way you treat my staff determines your whole stay. Extra nice to my bellman and it's your birthday? Have some free champagne. Extra rude and it's your birthday? I'll make sure I inconvenience you any way that I can without it impacting our reviews. All those friendly looking sites like Trivago or Expedia or Booking.com or whatever take a huge commission, 20% to 25% on small hotels. Pro tip: 99.9% of the time if you find a hotel you like, you will get extra perks, price match discount, free Wi-Fi, rewards points, etc. if you book directly with the hotel chain on the phone or on their website. Also, hotel staff and managers will always look on direct bookers more favorably than Expedia or Booking.com bookers if you come in asking for favors like early check-in, late checkout, upgrades, nice floor, etc. Even if it's not work-related, a lot of people do travel for business and use the same rewards number. If you use that rewards number, it shows your business. If you do not use any of that yet still do something truly awful, they've already got your name, address, CC number, etc. Most hotels ask for ID and CC and phone number upon arrival. They enter all of that info into their computer base. They can find you. My mom used to be a housekeeper. Please do not ask to replace bed sheet more than once a day. The bed mattress is very heavy, and putting sheet while holding the mattress is not an easy job. Yeah, really. No one needs a sheet change that often, except maybe toddlers in toilet training lol. It amazes me when people go somewhere and act like sleeping in the same sheets 2 consecutive nights is dirty and beneath them, yet at home they might change them every 2 weeks lol. Housekeeping literally cleans with professional grade black lights at my property. We can tell if you tried to clean your shit off the walls because it glows red, and, well, there are many colors that mean many things, and we know how freaky you can be. Not hotel, but I work in a hostel. Like mentioned above, the housekeeping does an amazing job. I wish people would realize we are not trying to make their stay miserable, we are not out to get them. We're doing whatever we can with the limited means we have. If the boiler is out of hot water because too many people shower, what exactly do you want me to do about it? We get a lot of backpackers here who are generally a bit more laid back than your typical high-end hotel guest, but even then, some can be a right pain. If I say we only have dorm rooms, then don't come to reception after having paid to complain there is no ensuite bathroom and you don't have the room to yourself. Quick edit, not to forget the fact I was once elbow deep in shit-filled water trying to unclog the toilet drain outside. Thanks for listening to another episode of Reddit X. Subscribe and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any stories. Feel free to share your own stories below in the comments. Have a good day.